So like I said, I'll give you your book. You got class at 4 o'clock?
Yeah.
No, you don't.
No,
Are you free at 4 o'clock?
yeah.
Yes. So if you want to wait for your book, I can print it for you. If you want to get it tomorrow, that's okay too. But I can print the book for you after class. But I have the first few pages, so there's no need to worry about that. Alright, so you all got your notebooks. All you need, pen and paper. Calculator would be nice, but pen and paper is enough. I'll take some names as well. Your name? Say again? Angelina. Victor?
Yeah.
I forgot your name. Oh yeah. Your name?
Albert.
Albert. I think, yeah. Tommy, is it? Next. Ricky. Malik? Say again? Reem? What nationality are you? Okay. That's a new name for me. And at the back?
Leo.
Leo? Okay, great. And we think we are missing Pony and Nina. Alright, so our first chapter we're going to have a look at is algebra. So just some vocabulary to start with.
Is this class recorded?
Yes. Yeah, but still write everything. Yeah.
So what I'm talking now is recorded?
That's right. But don't worry, that's not a problem, is it? Is it a problem? No. The microphone is really, really cheap and poor quality. So although you are talking, I don't think it will pick up your voice from over there, since it just about picks up my voice from here.
Okay.
Thanks for that. Alright, so we'll have a look at algebra first. So just a little bit of vocabulary just to start. So equations are things like this. 2x plus 1, x squared plus 3x, plus 5, x cubed plus 2x squared minus x plus 1 equals 0. These are all called equations. Each of these has its own name though. So this one here has a name, this one here has a name, and this one here has a name. So the first one, I'm sure somebody knows its name. What type of equation is this? Linear. Yeah. So this one is a linear. This one? Anyone know its name? The second type? Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Quadratic. And the third type of equation is cubic. Yeah. Cubic, yeah. So we'll start, no surprise, with the first one. We're going to have a look at linear equations as the first lesson. Now, you've all studied maths at least to middle school level. I know in some countries you don't have to study maths at high school level. But I'm not really going to talk about linear equations too much. What I really want to talk about in the first lesson is the graphs of linear equations. Do you know this word graph? Yeah, what's another word for graph? Yeah? Give me all the synonyms for graph. No? Another word for graph? Chart? Yeah. Come on, don't be shy. I know it's the first class, but any other? Diagram, yeah. Yeah. Anything else? Chart? Diagram? What else? No? Picture? Yeah. Picture, graph, diagram, figure, sketch, plot. You know these words? Some of these words? Yeah. So, graphs is a diagram. Whoever said diagram. A picture. A chart. So, do you know what type of graph is a linear equation? What type of shape does it make? Straight line, yeah. You can even see it in the name. So, linear equations form line graphs. But I think most people know this anyways. So since we're talking about graphs, we should talk about the names of the parts of the graph so everybody has the vocabulary. Okay. What is this one called? This one here. X what? Axis, yeah. And this one, of course, is the y-axis. Yeah. And here? What's this? Yeah. This part. Origin, yeah. And here is positive or negative? Positive. And here, of course, negative. And here, positive. And here, negative y. So just to get us started, here's our first example. By the way, what do you call this type of graph? What would you call this type of graph? You know, you have like bar chart and pie chart and all these charts you would have learned about in your IELTS exam. You know, bar chart, pie chart. You know these words? Yeah? What's this one called? It's not a bar chart. It's not a pie chart. What's its name? Does anyone know? No?
What's the first letter?
I know, that'll be too easy then. No one wants to try? No? Oh, you'll be disappointed. Last chance. That's why I wouldn't give you the first letter. So you can call it just an XY graph or an XY chart. But also there's another name for it which is a bit fancier. We can sometimes call it a Cartesian graph. So XY will do me fine, but you can also call it Cartesian as well if you want. Is Cartesian a new word?
No.
Some people have heard it before. Yeah, good, okay. Okay. So here's our first question. Plot for 8 on a XY graph. Okay, so write this down. This is our first example we're going to do. Can I scroll down a little bit? Can I go down? Yeah? Okay. You get questions like this in the exam. Not as easy as this, of course. But it disappoints me when students throw away marks because they do this question too quickly. You know, they leave things out. So if I want to draw this graph, tell me what I need. So firstly I need a horizontal line, vertical line. Okay, what's next? What should I draw next? So yeah, what should I do? Yeah, put in a little this is important. So here and here. So what's next? Yes, definitely. I should write X and Y here. Okay, so far so good. What's next? 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah. So label the axis. So we have here 0 and then 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, the Y. So do the same thing. Now, my question is this. This here is 1 unit. Do I need to make the 1 unit the same on the Y? So let's see. Who say yes? Okay, who says no? Okay, and the answer is no. The units on the Y do not have to be the same length as the X. You only need the X units to be the same on the X and the Y to be the same on the Y. But if you wanted to make this, for example, 2 units, you could. As long as each time it's 2 units. But why do you think I would want to do something like that? Why would I want to go like 2, 4, 6, 8? Why would I do that here? Yeah, the space, because I have to go up to 8. So I could go 2, 4, 6, 8. And then likewise 2, 4, 6, 8. So 4, 8 would be go across 4 on the X and up 8 on the Y. And there it is there. There is 0.48. So some students don't get full marks because, well, what do you think students might forget to do? One common thing is they forget to write X and Y. You lose a mark for that. Don't bother to put numbers in. Lose a mark for that. And sometimes students write the point, but they might not write the numbers beside it. You should write the numbers beside the point as well. Okay. So if you want full marks, it needs to be like this. Do you need to use a ruler? No, it's okay. As long as you're neat, you don't need to use a ruler. It depends on the word. So here, I should use a ruler. So just be careful here about these 2 verbs. Sketch, which is a verb, and then plot, which is a verb. So the way I did it like this. So plot really needs to be accurate with a ruler, but sketch can be like what I did here. Okay, so just please be careful with these 2 verbs. So with plot you want to use a ruler, but with sketch you can draw it with your hand. Are you okay with that vocabulary? Sketch and plot? Do you understand the difference? Yeah. Which takes longer? Sketch or plot? Plot, yeah. Which needs graph paper? You know, plot, yeah. In the exam, usually it's sketch in the exam, which is good. Okay, sometimes it's plot, usually it's sketch. Normally it's sketch in the exam. Okay? Alright. So just a bit more vocabulary. I know there's a lot of new vocabulary. So this is called a point. Does anybody know this name and this name? Horizontal, is it? Or not for this, not quite this, no. Close, but not. Any other ideas? No? What's the name of each part? Yeah? Any ideas? No? First part, second part? No? Yeah?
Do you mean the X and Y intercept?
No, not that. Just what would you call the X and what would you call it, the Y? Would you just say the X?
X1, Y1.
Getting closer. Not this though. No, I thought somebody might know. This one is called the X coordinate. Is this a new word? It's looking like it's a new word. Is it a new word? No. And this one here is called the Y coordinate. So this vocabulary you might need for the exam, because the question could say something like the X coordinate is 4 and the Y coordinate is 8. So you need to know what X coordinate and Y coordinate mean. So they just mean the X and the Y. Yeah? Is okay? Yeah? Okay. Right, so next part. So anybody have any ideas on what they think the midpoint is? Yeah?
The 2 points divided by 2.
Yeah, so what would that represent? Like, how would you describe it? The midpoint is...
The point between X and Y.
Yeah, the midpoint, I would just say, is the middle point. So if you have 2 points, the midpoint is the one in the middle. Yeah, so like here, if this is the first point, and we'll call it x1, y1, and this here is the second point, x2, y2, then the midpoint is the point in the middle here. Middle. So you know the formula from middle school, I hope. x1 plus x2 over 2, y1 plus y2 over 2. Okay, so for example here, find the midpoint of 4, 8 and minus 2, minus 8. I'll give you, let's see, 20 seconds. That should be enough time. So 20 seconds, try to do this for me. Okay, do you have it? What's the answer? What is it? 1 and 0, isn't it? Because it would be 4 minus 2 over 2, and then 8 minus 8 over 2, which will be, what's that? 2 over 2, 0 over 2, which is 1, 0. That's the midpoint. So far that's still easy. Okay. Can I go down? Yep. Okay, so let's talk a little bit more about linear equations. So we have y equals mx plus c. So for example, you could have things like, y equals 2x plus 3 or whatever, y equals 5x minus 1. So for linear equations, there's two parts which are important, the m and the c, because the m and the c change the shape of the graph. And each part has a name. Does anybody know the name of the m? The gradient, yeah. And the c? Y-intercept, yeah. So the m is called the gradient, and the c is called the Y-intercept. Now, there's another word for gradient which is more common in Ireland. Does anyone know another word for gradient? Begins with an S? SL? Nope. Slope. So maybe you'll hear me say slope more often than you'll hear me say gradient. But gradient and slope, they mean the same thing. Okay? You got these words? Gradient and slope? Gradient, slope, and y-intercept. Or sometimes people just say here, intercept. Can I go down? Yeah. One sec, yeah. Yeah? Okay. So when we're talking about linear equations, we really like when it's written in this form. Can it be written in other forms? And the answer is yes. So for example, you could have something like 2x plus 3y plus 5 equals 0. So this is still linear, but it's not as useful. What we would like to do is always have our equations in this form. So this one is better and this one is just okay. But we would much rather have this one here. It's more useful to us. Okay? So it's no problem. You can change these into these. You just have to rearrange them. So what do I mean? Well, just an example. So question. So write 6x plus 7y plus 3 equals 0 in the form y equals mx plus c. Yeah, so it's not too difficult, it's just rearranging it, that's all. So let's have a look at this. 6x plus 7y plus 3 equals 0. So I take these 6x to the right and the 3 to the right. So now I get 7y equals minus 6x minus 3. And then just one more step, divide by 7. So I get y equals minus 6 over 7x minus 3 over 7. And that's fine. So now you can say, okay, if y equals mx plus c, then you can see that the m is minus 6 over 7 and the c would be minus 3 over 7. You can compare like this. So if you wanted to, you could say the m is minus 6 over 7 and the c is minus 3 over 7. Sometimes in the question they give you it like this, and this you don't like. First you have to write it like this before you can start. It'll only take you a few seconds to do, just to rearrange it. Okay. All right. Can I scroll down? Yeah, you have this? Yeah. Okay. Okay, so let's talk a little bit now about, well, sorry, not 4, the M and C. So, okay, for example, let's say I have y equals mx plus c. I suppose you can think about it as there's 4 possibilities. The first one is m could be positive and c could be positive. Then you could have m is negative and c is positive. M is what am I at now? Sorry, what did I? No, let me fix that. M is positive, c is negative. M we'll say is negative, c is positive, m is negative, and c is negative. Right? I don't know. Positive, 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 negative, negative, positive, negative, negative. Yeah. So you have 4 possibilities. Okay, so the first one, when the m and c are both positive, does anyone know which way the line will be shaped? Huh? Yeah, what do you mean? Going up? Yeah. And will it be going up here, or here, or here? Where would it be? Does anyone know? Yeah, the first one. If the m is positive, it means it's going up. And if the c is positive, it means it starts in the positive and it goes up. Here, if the m is positive, it's going up. But if the c is negative, it starts in the negative and it goes up. Like this. What about this one? M is negative, c is positive. It's going down and it starts up the top in the positive. So it's going down. And then here, both negative. Down and from the bottom. So it's going down like this. So in the exam, sometimes they say sketch the line. So it's, or sometimes it's useful just to draw a quick sketch. So it's good to know how the graph changes if the m and the c are positive or negative. Although there is still 2 more to look at if the m is 0 and if the c is 0. So if the m is 0, that's a special one. If m equals 0. Does anybody know this one? Not quite, no, it's okay. M is 0? What graph is this? What's this called? Yeah, what's the name of this? Begins with a H. Yeah? H. No? Anyone know? Means like this? Horizontal. Yeah, you know this word? Yeah. So if the m is 0, it means the graph is horizontal. As you said, Tony, it's like the x-axis. What about if the c is 0? Nope. Not this. No. Not vertical. No. From the origin, yeah. If the c is 0, the graph goes through the origin. Like this. If the c is 0. So it's useful to know this. These 6 different common possibilities. Okay, so question here. Does anybody know this verb, verify? Yeah, what does it mean? We got another word for it.
To see if it's correct.
Yep, good, yeah. So what's another word that means that?
Proof.
Yeah, okay, prove. Prove. Check. Yeah. Confirm. Any other words? I think that's it, really. Oh, I know. Well, no, I don't. That'll do. So, verify if, let's see, -7 minus 25 is on y equals 4x plus 2. Okay, so you know that this graph here, both are positive, so it'll look something like this. So you would like to know, or check, if this point is somewhere on the graph, or is it off the graph? Any ideas on how we could check? Sub it in, put it in, yeah, and
See the
Two sides are equal.
as he said, yeah. See if the two sides are equal. So if they are equal, what does it mean? On. And if they're not equal, is off. So let's see. So we have, this goes in here. Minus 25 equals 4 times minus 7 plus 2. That's minus 25 equals minus 28 plus 2. So that's minus 25 equals minus 26. So yeah, it's therefore off the line. It's not on the line. Yeah. Here? Yeah. Can I scroll down? Yeah. Okay. So next now we want to actually draw the line. So in this last example here, that's just a very quick drawing. What we'd like, so which verb? Sketch or plot? Sketch. So now we'd like to carefully plot the line. If I want to draw a line, how many points do I need? If I want to draw a line, how many points do I need? I need 2. At least 2. Yeah. Okay, so let's have a look at an example. So for example, let's say plot. Oh no, I'll say draw for a change. Draw 4x plus 7y minus 3 equals 0. Okay, so we want to find 2 points here. So if I just go to the side for one moment, usually the 2 points we like to find are the points where the line crosses the x and crosses the y. If we can find these points, then we can draw the line. But just before I do that, does anyone know what this point is called? Okay. Does anyone know what this point is called?
X0? X%.
Yeah. Something else maybe. X-intercept is okay. Maybe not X0. Something else. No? No? root. Do you know? Tony, you knew this one? You forgot it, yeah. Anyone else? This word? So the root means the x-intercept. And this one here? That one is just called the y-intercept. Okay. How can we find the root? How to find the root? Anyone know? You know?
And put the x is 0 and you find the y.
Oh, so close, but just the other way.
Yeah,
But the y is 0 and find the x. If you want this one. What you said will give me this one, which is okay too. So to find the root, you let y equals 0 and then solve for x. Yeah. And then to find this one, you do the opposite. You let x equals 0 and then you find the y. Okay. So let's go back to our question now and let's do that. Okay, so firstly, let y equals 0. So we have 4x plus 7 times 0 minus 3 equals 0. 4x minus 3 equals 0. 4x equals 3. X equals 3 over 4. Yeah? It's okay? Yeah. Next, let x equals 0. Let me just put my answer here first. So it'll be 3 over 4 and 0. Okay. Let x equals 0. So we have 4 times 0 plus 7y minus 3 equals 0. 7y minus 3 equals 0. 7y equals 3. So, yep. 3 over 7. So my second point is 0 and 3 over 7. Okay, so now that we have 2 points, we can draw. Can I scroll down? Yeah. 1 sec, yeah. Could you use 2 other points? Yes. So for example, you could say let x equal 1 and get the y. Let x equal 2 and get the y. This is okay to do as well. However, the exam question usually says draw and show the roots or something like this. So usually you have to do this anyways. Yeah? Okay, can I scroll down? So I think my graph is quite small. So what I'll do is I'll only go to 1. That's a half. Oh, ugly. 3 quarters, a quarter, a quarter, 3 quarters. Steady. Uh-oh. Broken. Okay. There you go. Here and here. Alright, what was my first point? It was 3 over 4 and 0, was it? So 3 over 4 would be here. Okay, so it'll be here. So this is 3 over 4 on the x and 0 on the y. And what was the other point? 3 over 7. 0 and 3 over 7, which is around about here. A little bit less than half. 0 and 3 over 7. So this is my line here. Beautiful, huh? Now, let's just have a quick check here. What was the equation? It was 4x plus 7y minus 3 equals 0. Isn't that it? So you can say 7y equals minus 4x plus 3. So then y equals minus 4 over 7x plus 3 over 7. Now, have you noticed anything about this form with the c? Yeah, c equals this, doesn't it? But when you think about it, that makes sense, because if I have y equals mx plus c, what happens when the x is 0? This is gone, and the y will be c. So in other words, this y-intercept should always equal the c. Positive or negative? It's negative, so should it go up or go down? It goes down, which it does. So both are good. Okay. Can I scroll down? Yeah. So, calculating this, or the c, when you have a line, is going to be this point here. That's going to be the c, always. But let's say now you have your line, whatever, here, and you have 2 points on it, x1, y1, x2, y2. We have a formula we can use to calculate the m. Okay, so we can get the m from these 2 points. If we know 2 of the points, we can say m equals, well, I'm sure you know the formula. Yeah, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So this is a way to calculate m. Now, before you write it down, let me just go back to the last example here. Let's check it out. So look at the m. M equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. This will be minus, and then the 4 comes up, 4 over 7. Is that the right answer? It is, see? Here's the m here. So the formula does work. Okay, so this is the formula now we're talking about. So we can use this to find m. Yeah? Okay, can I scroll down? Yeah. Okay. Find the equation of the line shown. X, Y, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Good. Let me just. Okay, so I want to find the equation of this line. So what I mean is to find the m and the c. So in fact, you already know what the c is. What's the c?
3.
It's 3. So you're half finished. If this is y equals mx plus c, you can know that the c is already 3, which is great. Y equals mx plus 3. Okay, so now, how can I get the m? Yeah, I need to get 2 points. So this point here is easy to see. What's this point? 0, 3. And what other point should I use? This one's easy to see. It's 2, 0. So you have or you could have another point in the middle as well, if you really wanted to. M equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So that is minus 3 over 2. So we have the m here. The answer is minus 3 over 2x plus 3. This is it here.
I don't understand why the C is free.
Ah, yes, okay. So can I go to the side for a moment? I'll go back to this, don't worry. Okay. So imagine I have this, and I say find the Y-intercept. So I want to know where does this cross the y-axis. So what do I let equal to 0? Do I let x or y equal 0? Which one? Yes. So let x equal 0 to find this. Yep. So let me put that in here. So you get y equals 0x plus c. So that means y equals c. So this is the point 0c. Always. Don't know what else there is to say. Is okay? Yep. Okay, write this one down. So what we've done now is we found the equation of the line from the graph. So the next one to do, which is nearly the same, is to find the equation from 2 points. If I give you 2 points, what's the equation? Can I scroll down? Yep. So for example here, find the equation of the line from, let's go with 1 minus 1 to 6, 9. Okay, yeah. So, a very, very quick sketch here. 1 minus 1 would be somewhere like here. And then 6, 9 would be somewhere like, I don't know. Hang on. Let me draw my 1, 1 a little bit closer. I don't know, something like this. Roughly, whatever. So we want to find the equation of this line. So the first thing to find, should it be the m or the c? M, yeah. It's easy to find the m because you can just use the formula. So this would be 9 minus 1, yeah. 6 minus 1. So that's 10 over 5, which is 2. But what about the c now? Substitute a value, yeah. So we know that y equals 2x plus c. The way we can find the c is by knowing that if the point is on the line, then this should be true. So if I pick a point on the line, let's pick this one for example. Yeah, when I put it in here, it must be true. So if I substitute, I get 9 equals 2 times 6 plus c. So 9 equals 12 plus c. 9 minus 12 equals c. So minus 3. And before anyone asks me, yes, you will get the same answer if you use this. Same answer. Guaranteed. Okay, so we have our answer. Y equals 2x minus 3. So this is a bad graph because I should have had it at least going in the negative part.
Can we use the formula?
Ah, yes, the formula. Y minus y1 formula?
Yeah.
Yes, you can. Although it's not in the formula book for the course, but if you want to use that one in the exam, that's no problem. Yeah, so the formula he's talking about is this one. Yeah, that's fine, no problem. That's fine. Okay, can I scroll down? Yeah. All right. This is the point here. Let's say, I don't know, 2. Sorry, I'm doing a different color. 3, 2. Right. So this line is what? What do you call this? Yeah. Not quite. I think that's the noun. I want the adjective. Not horizon. Horizontal. Yeah, yeah. So this line is horizontal. So these lines are special lines. They're very quick to find the equation. Does anyone know the equation of this horizontal line? And it goes through this point, 3, 2. So what's the equation here? Very good. Y equals 2. Yeah, because C equals 2. The way you can also think about it is, for example, if you're here, if you're here, okay. Here, do you know what the X is? No, but you know what the Y is. What is it? 2. Everywhere on this line, the Y is 2. It's all the same height. So this line is special because everywhere on it, Y equals 2. And imagine I had another point here. Let me call it, I don't know, minus 3, 1. And I want this line, the vertical line. What's the equation of this line? Yeah, x equals minus 3. Again, the reason is everywhere on this line, your x is always minus 3. Yeah. So just be careful. When it's horizontal, you use the y value. And when it's vertical, use the x value. Okay. Okay. Oh yeah, and just one last thing to say about the m. So, if I make the m bigger, so let's say I start here, this is m equals 1. In fact, when m is 1, the angle is 45. But what happens when I make the m bigger? Does it go up or does it go down the line? So for example, if I want to draw m equals 2, should I draw it going higher or a little lower? Higher, yeah. So as you make the m bigger, the line goes up. Yeah? And in fact, when m is 0, it's horizontal. Because when m is 2, what that actually means is when you move out 1 unit, you need to go up 2 units. That's what it means. So when m is 3, it means when you move 1 unit, you must go up 3 units. And here m is 1 means you go 1 unit, you must go up 1 unit. And likewise negative, there's m equals minus 1. So when you go 1 unit, you must go minus 1 unit. You must go down 1 unit. Okay. So to finish for this lesson, what is the slope of this line? M equals, what do you think? Not 0, because 0 would be this line.
Undefined.
Yeah, undefined, or if you want, plus minus infinity. Because you keep going up till it's vertical. Why do I have the minus though? Because you can make the same line if you go down. If you keep going down, you can make a vertical line as well. So there's actually 2 possibilities here, plus or minus. Yeah? What's wrong? Is it okay? Really? Alright. Okay, so I'll give you some questions to practice.